This lesson is on creating a double bar graph using Google Drawings. I have given you the actual graph itself with a black line for the vertical and horizontal axis. The rest of it you all have to fill in. When you're actually doing the printing of the title and what you have on your horizontal axis, your vertical axis, and your legend, use the text box up here. For me, when it came to the title, I can just use one. Remember, I bolded up. You can also look at maybe doing a larger font if you want, or a different font to make your topic stand out a bit. On the bottom here, on your horizontal axis, I've used, again, one text box, and I've used spaces in between to kind of spread out the topics. I don't want all of my bars being scrunched in together, so I want to make it nice and spread out amongst the whole graph so that you can easily see that these two bars are represented by the cheese, right? And I will make the two other bars over here. Same with the girls and the boys, I just use one text box. With the numbers, I had to individually make them, but that makes it simple for you to be able to, let's do this one instead, move it around, right? So I created it, but then I'm able to kind of move it into the space that I want that number to be. So when you're making your bars, just the same as the legends or the ones down here, what you're going to do is come up to shapes. And I come up to the shapes part here, and the very first one is a rectangle. So then I'm going to choose the rectangle, and I'm going to come down to the horizontal axis and start on the one corner. And I am going to make it as big as it needs to be. So let's say, I forget what it was on my other one, but let's say 9 girls wanted donair pizza. So at first they just do the blue, right? And I don't want it to be blue because it's supposed to be red. So I come up here to this little bucket guy, fill color, and I click on it and I go right to the first red one here. And there, I made it red. Always remember which color you chose, whether you have to remember that it's like 2 in from the left or something like that, so that they are exactly the same types of red that you're choosing. And then that one's done. Then I come up here again to do shapes. I do another rectangle right beside it for the next bar. And let's say there is 12 boys. And there we go. So there's my 2 bars done. You can choose whichever colors you want. Really try to make them different so that it does stand out on your graph. Don't make one green and then one a darker green or something like that. Make sure they are very 2 different colors so that it does stand out for your people that are looking at your graph. Also remember with your numbers, like I said before in the last video, make sure that your numbers are nice and spread out over here. You don't have to do every single line, but also remember that in between, the difference here is 5. So the difference for the next one should be 5, 5. So for me, I'm skip counting up 5, knowing that the very top of my data, the highest number I had was 16. And so my top number is going to be above 16, the kind of next nice number up, which is 20. All right. Also remember with these ones, space them out as well, making it nice and even across there so that your bars can be spaced out nicely for your person that's looking at it. It makes it nice for them to be able to look at the data properly.